Hey everybody, Franklin Taggart here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about updating a business card. I just recently realized that I haven't updated my business card in about 6 years, and I thought it was about time that I did that. The last one was a pretty nice one. It was one that I had, spent some time on the design and all of that stuff. But as far as business cards go, it wasn't all that exciting, other than it had a beautiful picture of me on it, and it had a really cool little quip that Franklin is like Yoda, only less green. I wanted to actually get a little bit more intentional and a little bit more direct in my business card. I've learned a lot of stuff since the last time, so I thought I would incorporate that into the new business card. So here's the front side of my business card, and I started with the picture. Now, I encourage people to have a picture on their business card these days. We're still wearing masks. We may be wearing masks off and on for a while now. We don't know. So it's kind of nice for people to be able to see your face, to see what you look like. But I actually think that it's important to do one other thing with your picture, and that is to give people a context for how they might meet you. Now, 95% of the work that I do is on Zoom. So what I've done is I've taken a picture of me in a Zoom meeting, and that's the picture that I'm using for my business card. The other thing that I'm doing with my business card is over the last year, I've started to wear these funky colored glasses just as a talking point, just as something of interest and something to keep my boredom level at a minimum while I'm on all of these Zoom calls. So I've bought a bunch of these different colored glasses. So I picked my wife calls these my Bakelite glasses because they're kind of green like Bakelite bowls from way back in the day. And then I wanted to match my color, my base color, to the glasses. So that's how I chose the background color. Now on the front side, I'm going to be real plain and simple. I'm just going to tell people who I am, what I do, and not get all that fancy about it. So simply my name, and I just say career, business, and life coaching for creators. I have 3 ways to get in touch with me. I've got my phone number, my email address, and my website. And I have a tagline, let's create your own best company. Now, if you get to know me, you'll know that Your Own Best Company is a brand that I have that is a part of my podcasts and my online community. So let's create your own best company is just a brand reinforcement kind of a thing. So side 1, really easy. The picture is me in the context of how people can expect me to look when they see me on a Zoom call, because most of the people that I'm going to interact with are going to ultimately interact with me that way. Now, the second thing that I wanted to bring attention to is that I've also included a side 2. Now, one of the things that you've got to remember with your business card is that it is something that is a leave behind. It's something that you're going to send home with people. So on side 2, I thought, wow, what can I do with side 2 that would make it really interesting and really, different? You've got a lot of real estate on side 2, and there are a couple of things that I think I would encourage people to do. Number one of the things that I teach people all the time is if you have somebody's attention, why don't you make an offer? If you have somebody's attention, make an offer. And if they're looking at your business card, for a split second there, you've got their attention. So the thing that I've got here is a QR code where people can just scan it with their phone. It'll take them directly to my calendar link. They can set up a free 60-minute, 1-hour call. 60-minute, 1 hour. Go figure. It's a little bit late in the day. I'm starting to lose my mind, just a hair. So they can use this QR code, and they can go to my website. They can click on the calendar link, or actually this will take them directly to the calendar link. They can set up their 1-hour call. It's my freebie. And it is the thing that is, I call it the best next step session. The best next step session is something that I offer across the board as my first experience to people. And what it is a 1-hour, very powerful coaching experience in which we really identify what their best next step is in whatever it is that they're trying to do. Is it their career that they're working through? Is it their business they're working through? Is it some kind of a life issue that they're working through? We're going to spend the time in that 1-hour session to discover their best next step. So the QR code takes them right to the calendar link where they can set that appointment. The other thing that I think is really important to consider with a business card or any other kind of leave behind that you have is to include something that makes the card worth holding on to, just besides the information that you have on there about yourself. So the way that I look at it is I use this 4-part message framework, and I use it all the time for social media messages, for email, for videos, for all kinds of other applications. It is a 4-step message, and I use it everywhere, and I teach it everywhere, and it's become kind of a signature framework for the people that work with me. So on my card, I have this little thing that makes the card worth holding on to, something that they can refer to again and again and again and again. Now, what this does is that it helps to defeat the habit that people have with business cards. Now, if you think about it, what do you do with business cards when you've got them? Usually what happens is that if you think it's worth keeping, you're going to put it in a pile with other business cards. And if you're like me, you may never look at it again. The other thing that's very likely to happen is that if you bring home a business card and it's not all that interesting to you, at some point you're probably going to throw it away, whether immediately or sometime down the road. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make this card valuable to hold on to. And I've seen different people do different things. I know a person who's a tailor, and on business cards and postcards, she has 4 ways to tie a necktie, including one of them, which is a bow tie, which is really helpful because one of the things that she sells is tuxedos. That card is very worth holding on to, and people use that. They hang it on their bathroom mirror. They put it on their dresser. They use it all the time. Other kinds of cards that I've seen happen are there is a copyright lawyer that I know who has all of the different trademark, copyright, and different intellectual property keyboard shortcuts on the back of the card so that people can have an easy access reference for all of those keyboard shortcuts for those special symbols. That's his business. I'm including this message framework because it's something that's pervasive in the work that I do with people, and it's something that I want them to remember. So when they take this card, they've got some reason to keep it and to refer to it. This message framework will help them write better messages for their social media, etc., etc. If you want to know what it is, the first step is connection, which means you help your potential customer know that you see them and you understand their situation. The second part of the framework is inspiration. You describe a better outcome that you will help them reach. The third part of it is an offer. You share your best solution and why it's their best option. And then the fourth piece of every message is an action. Provide an easy step for them to take to access your solution and invite them to take it. These 4 steps are on the back of my business cards now, and people now will have a message framework that they can keep with them at their desk. They could keep it in their wallet if they want to, but the likelihood that they're going to see my business card more than once just went up. And that's exactly why I want to have this kind of information on there. So again, to review, on the front side, start with a picture that kind of gives people a context for where you work. If you're a realtor, have them, have a picture of you showing a house, or have you a picture greeting people at an open house or something like that. If you are an athletic trainer, have a picture of you at the weight set, or have a picture of you showing somebody how to do something in the gym. Have a picture on your business card that's the context of you at work, so that people immediately make an association in their mind of who you are and what you do. Keep the information simple. Don't overload it. Just very simple and to the point. Who you are, what you do, some ways to get in touch with you easily, and then maybe one tagline or maybe one little, invitation line. And then on the back side, have an offer with an easy access way to get to the offer. Like I said, I used a QR code for mine. You could use an internet link, a bit.ly link, or a shortened link of some kind. Some people may have an idea of bring this card in with you and it will give you a certain amount off of your first purchase, etc., etc. But give them an offer right on the card itself. And then give them a reason to keep the card with some kind of a valuable piece of information or a reason for them to hold on to the card longer than it takes for them to just look at it and put it in their pocket. So that's my spiel on business cards for this time. Let me know what you think. And if you've created a new business card that has some really cool new features on it, send it my way and let me know the story about it. I'm Franklin Taggart, and if you're looking for a group to belong to for people who love to work alone, Your Own Best Company is on Facebook. And my podcast, Your Own Best Company, well, you're already listening to one of the episodes. But if you'd like to hear from more people who are working alone and loving it, subscribe to Your Own Best Company. So thanks very much. And don't forget, if you are looking for your best next step, it's a free 60-minute call. All you have to do is visit my website, franklintaggart.com, and the link is right there. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.